Moving on, we want to talk a little bit about inclusivity.
Okay.
Why I mean this is
This is also going to be another big.
It is,
one.
yeah.
It's also gonna be
I don't
another big
know.
one.
Okay, then maybe let's do in what are your thoughts kind of conversation.
Inclusivity?
Yeah. Why I asked that is, I think when I wrote this point down, my thought process was this. So sometimes we always get requests. Hey, can you change this to that because I don't eat this and that. I see your face. There are times where, okay, as long as it's health-based, like proper medical problem, like you're pregnant.
No, I think the first
you're
first things first, right? When you make a booking, right? Okay, if it's a walk-in, I think different scenario.
yeah.
But I think if you make a booking, right, always check. And nowadays, a lot of booking platforms actually ask for your dietary restrictions first.
Yes.
So I think give a call or
Yeah.
talk to someone to check whether it's number one doable or not.
Okay, but the thing is, even if it's doable, right, it really matters. So okay, I'm going to give this example, right? If you're a listener and then you know you're the one, then I'm just using an example. It's nothing against you.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm on the back end of things, so I can tell you why we get annoyed.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a dish where it had raw fish, and I know that this patron, he will not have raw fish or fish for any matter, right? So but he did tell me early, and I did ask early. So the next step is to how do we cater to this person, right? And obviously you have to change out the protein or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's fair as long as there's early hit.
But my issue is that because the dish itself, it's a tasting menu, by the way. So obviously it's been structured to a certain level of thought process and creativity. If I cannot match that, let's say my current dish is a 10 out of 10, and then I cannot match it just because it's now a different protein and I cannot use the
I think you have to like somehow like make it happen, or like I don't want to say at least give a 8, but like realistically, let's be honest, like for those chefs out there watching this, I think we'll say we have to give it a 10. Like we have to make something happen still in related to the theme. May not be our best work, but if you can churn out something best, you might learn actually something from it to help build your portfolio of sorts, or your recipe book of sorts,
or like prove your problem solving skills.
Yeah. I think that's probably one way to look at it. But I think like last minute dietary things are the problem for most kitchen team, because like sometimes like you only prepare this much or these kind of things, and then when it's like last minute notice, it can be a bit caught off guard. And I think like, let's be honest, in the kitchen, I think can clip this part out. I think in the kitchen it's like you're dealing with so many fires and problems already. The last thing you want to do is deal with another problem.
Yeah.
And this problem could have been dealt with at the very start.
Yes.
So therefore, I think like that's the problem that why chefs don't like to deal with.
So you don't have an issue with places where they say no customization?
No, I think if it's the rule of the restaurant and I want to be a patron to the restaurant, then I follow the rule. If I don't like the rule, then I wouldn't visit the restaurant in the first place.
True, but I will give a little bit of like caveat, right? Like restaurants are not evil. So like if your problem is just because you're really allergic, right? They will be happy to change it. I'm pretty sure. I hope y'all are okay with changing up just because of allergies.
Yeah, I think like dietary, like let's say religious or like allergy wise, I think it's more. I don't know if I speak for the entire but from my point of view, I think it's something that I would rather work with.
Yeah, because like if let's say you are being like upset just because it makes things harder, right? Then you cannot have your cake and eat it, in a sense where like, because I'm I cannot eat beef, right? So I think you don't give me the beef in my pasta. You just give me vegetarian pasta, right? You cannot be happy because I saved the money on the beef and then I can sell out the vegetarian pasta. If you say that it's because of effort thing, or like I already got so many things to do already, you still but then when you come in, I can save a bit of money on the beef, right? You cannot have your cake and eat it. If you say it's effort, right, whether you take out the beef or not, right, it's both make your life very difficult, right? You will not serve it. Right? Because I've worked with people before, like they were like, I'll do this because I can save a bit of money.
Yeah.
But when you say change up like maybe the the sauce from cream based to tomato based. Then like, wow, you know.
Yeah. You have to be fair on either ways. Yeah. It has to make sense on both ends. Yeah. I do agree.
Right.
I mean, like, folks, let us know what your guilty, anonymous guilty thing you might have done or might not have done
In the back end, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are things like everyone knows, like whether they want to admit it or not, but there are things at the back. But yeah, that's why I think like sometimes having a fridge stock with other things might help you last minute. But it's also how ready or how aware a team or business want to be for these kind of things. But I'm sure nowadays, more restaurants are getting more inclusive with even like the meatless, plant-based meat options and stuff like that. It's not a one-stop solution, but I think it's getting better for people in general, like just non-meat or anything else.
I also just want to add a caveat, right? Like, we are not shaming customers. This is not a pity us F&B people.
No.
I think it's perfectly fine to request for some things, especially if you really can't eat. It's just that I think first and foremost,
know what you're signing up for.
Know what you're signing up for. Secondly, don't be entitled when you're requesting for stuff. There can be people who's like, I cannot, and then it's like all about me, but you don't care about like what goes into all this kind of thing. So I think a good way to put this to you is like, you know, if you can manage this early, definitely do it. Second thing is, on the other side of the shop, there are problems that people are facing. So, you know, let's all be a bit more understanding to everyone.
Yeah.